Now, even though it's very clear, like we talked about, that Disney Star Wars has no interest in retconning the sequel trilogy in any way, shape, or form, I think we all know, if you've been paying attention at all, you have to know that eventually down the line, they're probably going to remake the original trilogy, and they're going to make it in a modern way, a way that makes sense. I don't think all these characters are going to be the same gender or the same race. Disney will make sure of that. And it looks like they're already getting a little bit of that going, according to a new rumor. Lucasfilm to reimagine original Star Wars films as animated movies. And we have all the details coming from that hashtag show. Now, this is just, again, this is just a rumor that's out there from them. But it does seem like there's a little bit of teeth to it, especially what we've seen a focus is for Disney Plus going forward. Star Wars animated films based off TOS concept art coming to Disney Plus. Hello, everyone. Your friendly neighborhood Professor Hulk here. I'm here to drop some knowledge about some exciting stuff going on in film and TV. Last week, we talked about Supergirl. This week, we're talking about Star Wars. After the success of Star Wars Visions and Marvel What If, Disney is looking to expand its animated offerings. One idea I've heard from multiple insider sources that Disney has had an idea for the past few years of taking Ralph McQuarrie's original art style for the Star Wars trilogy and reimagining it with that aesthetic, keeping some changes to characters in as a way to show an alternative take on Star Wars and pay homage to McQuarrie, whose art style helped define the visuals of a galaxy far, far away. Now, if you have paid attention to Star Wars and looked into the making of Star Wars, you realize that the plans changed drastically between the first, second drafts of Star Wars and eventually what we got. And a lot of those names were carried forward, like the name Star Killer, right? Which was later obviously turned into a character from The Force Unleashed. Things like that continued on. They were changed. They were altered in different ways. And Star Wars became what it was. This looks like they're going to take some concepts from those kind of original drafts and from Ralph McQuarrie's original artistic renderings of those things and turn it into potentially an animated series. Currently, the writers are writing an outline for all three films that will be familiar to longtime fans, but we'll see some deviations to the story as a basis of these three films. Only in the original second draft of what would eventually become Star Wars A New Hope. Originally titled Adventures of the Star Killer, Episode 1, The Star Wars. The draft was starting to take shape, but some elements of the original film were wildly different. One of the bigger changes sees Luke Skywalker, now a character called Deke Star Killer, who instead of a young man seeking adventure is an established Jedi and captain of the Rebel starfighter attacked during the opening scenes of A New Hope. While the first film's already written as based on a draft of A New Hope, it said the other two films will blend elements of that second draft while keeping things familiar in regards to what happens at Empire and Return of the Jedi. The writers are currently working on scripts that blend these elements together in a way that will be familiar yet fresh. As it's a reimagining, don't expect the cast to lend their vocal talents. However, there will be some audio cameos from actors in the Star Wars universe. Project still in early development. Now, I don't know how much I believe of this rumor, but the principle of them going back to things in the original trilogy and trying to tell a different story is something they've already done. It's something they've already said they have interest in doing. The novels from a different point of view, or from a certain point of view, they already do that. They are already retconning things in the original trilogy, in the books, in the comics. I fully believe that after George Lucas dies, maybe about 15 years from now, we will see a full-fledged reboot. We're going to see them do episodes 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6 over again. They might end up doing the sequels then too, but I fully think that will happen because that's what Disney does. They literally they're remaking now in live action animated movies that they did in the 90s. That's their thing. They don't have creativity. They're just going to go and they're going to bastardize things. They're going to revamp them a little bit and they're going to put it out. So this is kind of just the beginning of that. We're going to have these kind of alternate what-if takes from Ralph McQuarrie's original concept art and the first couple drafts of Star Wars. That's the rumor going on. I don't know how much I believe this specific one, but I wouldn't put it past them, and I think it's only a matter of time until we see them actually remake the original trilogy for more woke, modern sensibilities. And that's a scary thing. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.